Hello, dear Aquarius. How are you? Welcome, everyone. Aquarius, welcome to your love reading. We're going to do two readings, one for single Aquarians and another for Aquarians in a relationship. Let's start with single Aquarians. Aquarians who are not in a relationship. Let's see how your energies are looking at this moment. Love reading for single Aquarians. Let's see. You start here with the nine of Pentacles. We have the Devil, we have the Chariot, the Hanged Man, the Six of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands. At the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. Well, Aquarius, in general, you know what I feel? I feel like you're at a moment where you're redefining what it is that you want, right? In a relationship, isn't that what you want from someone else too? I feel like you have the opportunity to meet someone, okay? But only if you're able to let go of certain emotional attachments or repetitive patterns. Let's start here, because I feel like you are in a phase, Aquarius, of self-love, connecting with yourself and your sense of worthiness, right? And when you connect with that self-confidence, that personal value, you have the ability to attract a relationship that heals. So maybe what the energy is telling you is first to recognize your value, your self-worth, and to choose from there, from abundance, right? Not from need or from lack, like I need to be with someone. No. So it seems to me that you're entering a much more selective energy, like not just letting anyone in here, right? But really someone who brings you security and also brings well-being to your life. Now, if we start here, I do see that you're in a moment of a lot of independence, right? Of self-sufficiency, that you really enjoy being with yourself and your own company. Okay. I feel like you're fine being alone, like there's no desperation to be with someone. But there's still an energy here that sometimes has to do with attachments, with obsessions. There can be very intense, very passionate attractions there. People who are sometimes hard to forget. And that attachment shows up again. And the repetitive pattern. Okay. Now, I feel like there's still something that kind of has control over you on an emotional level. And this could be a person from your past, or an emotional dynamic that still keeps repeating or keeps showing up. But we have the way out there because there's determination there, there's some progress. So what I feel is that many of you Aquarius are kind of regaining control, right? Of a situation that was previously kind of conditioning you emotionally. If we go here to the central area, what I feel is that this is very deep for you. It's very emotional. Why? Because it starts with a pause energy. I mean, of reflection. Like I feel you're at a moment where you're starting to look at something from another place, right? From another perspective. And sometimes these can be memories. I see you there, kind of nostalgic. It could be, or maybe someone who has left an important mark on your life, right? Or some unfinished story. It could also be some situation, I feel. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here you have the need or the opportunity to see things from another perspective. But the past shows up. That's why I say it. The past will return as a memory. Or because you came across someone on social media, or because you bumped into them on the street, an ex-partner, right? It's like, or recurring thoughts about someone from your past. Now, what we have here is that feeling that tells us a bit, yes, about emotional distance, right? That feeling of loss. Maybe, yes, oh, I lost this person, or I lost this opportunity, right? Or I didn't feel valued. There can be several thoughts. But what happens? It seems to me that what the reading is telling you right now is that looking back for too long can reactivate wounds that haven't fully healed yet. And it's important to heal them. because I feel that this is the main challenge of this moment, Aquarius. But if we look here at the end, there's something very promising here, right? All for your future, right? Because here you're starting with an energy of stability, right? Of celebration, of shared joy. So I feel that this energy appears when there's potential to build something real. Then patience comes in here. This has a bit to do with, well, nothing is going to appear overnight. Instead, it's about knowing how to wait, about building consciously, right? About growth, but it's going to be gradual. What you're planting right now needs time. It needs time to mature. And they end with an energy that has to do with new opportunities, right? This is curiosity, opening up to meeting people. Why not give yourself a chance at love, right? There may be messages here or something here that excites you or someone who does. So what I think is that the potential for stability is there, right? But first, I feel like you have to give it some time so that this opportunity can appear. So it seems to me that in general, it's true that you're in a phase where memories and lingering attachments are still present, or emotions that still make you feel something with someone who left a very important mark in your life. It's like there's a story that left a mark there and you can feel it. But yes, you also have energies of progress, okay? That also show a bit of your growth. You want to move too, right? To leave the situation. I'm also really struck by the topic of your self-love right now, your self-worth, you know? Not searching from a place of lack, but attracting from abundance, right? And that's really very important. So it's going to be necessary to let go of certain attachments or these stories so that you can move forward, right? That you leave this past behind, which still has some weight in your life, and that you can choose from a place of self-esteem and from a place of security. So I feel like you're in an energy of what? Of preparation. Get ready because something is coming. Let's see. Aquarius. Let's go to the other group. Group of Aquarians who are in a relationship. Aquarius who are married, who are living together. Aquarius who are dating. Love reading for Aquarius in a relationship. Aquarius en pareja. You have here the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, the Star, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Pentacles came up. Well, Aquarius, I feel that in general, right? In your reading, it's like in the relationship you're entering a stage, right? That has to do with evolution. Exactly, right? If we analyze your underlying card, it shows us a beginning in the connection, right? Like starting to build something for the long term. This could be a new chapter opening up in your relationship, right? With a much more solid foundation, right? It's like, hey, we're in a stage of growth. And there really is something that can grow, something of great value, but only if each person is also willing to invest in the connection. Key. So it's time to plant something in the relationship right now, okay? Your energy is starting with a card that speaks to us about security, right? About commitment, about wanting to take care of the bond, to protect, to build, okay? I mean, this is a very solid foundation for the relationship. It's like maybe you or one of you, right? Or both of you in the relationship are looking for stability, are looking for peace. But here the energies of possibilities appear. It's like there are many options for the future, there are many shared dreams, there are many expectations, and they can also be idealizations that you have. Pay attention to all of this because not everything is real, I mean, it's also a matter of discernment with all these possibilities. They're not like, well, let's start to get ourselves organized a bit. This is where the change appears. The change has to do with the new cycle the couple is entering, right? These are twists of fate, and some are inevitable changes. That's why I've talked about evolution. So I think, Aquarius, that there is a very stable foundation between you two here. But I feel like the couple it's like they're entering a stage where they have to choose between different possibilities. While life is shaking things up for you, it's like there's something that won't stay the same, that has to change. And the changes can be confusing in the middle of it, yes. But they're heading toward a new cycle, a new way of relating to each other. Now, at the center of your reading, there's something very beautiful here, because I feel like there are gestures between you. There are affectionate gestures. There's closeness. There may be confessions, or even some kind of strong reconnection with the other person. It's like there's a goodwill to express love to the other person. You have a central energy of hope here, right? Of healing, also of having faith in the future. No, of emotional renewal. I'm sorry. And I feel that this energy always appears when you've gone through a difficult stage. The truth is, there's potential here to heal and overcome this. And now here, it comes a bit to balance, because honesty is approaching, right? And it has to do with necessary conversations that need to happen in the relationship at this moment, whether it's setting healthy boundaries, right? Being clear with each other. So I think that love is present. Love is present, but it needs to be accompanied by a lot of honesty and a lot of maturity. Okay? Yes, let's continue to the end of your reading. I see that there's a bit of stress here, and this could be an emotional overload. It could be a lot of responsibilities, things related to one's work as well. Right? Or it could also be the feeling that you have a heavy burden, that you feel weighed down. So following this, there's an energy that has to do with renewal, right? There's a spark that's going to start coming back. Enthusiasm, right? New things. So it's like something is starting to, hey, hope is coming back in the relationship. But it's necessary to have patience, to be in a moment here where in order to build for the long term, you have to be patient, right? To wait for the result, right? The harvest. So the result won't be immediate. It won't happen overnight. So it seems to me, Aquarius, that even if there's a bit of tiredness, there's still the possibility to renew here the enthusiasm, to reconnect with this, and to keep building something very valuable, but with patience. Okay. So I feel like you got a reading with a lot of consolidation energies. Okay. The only challenge I can see right now is expectations. Some of them are some unrealistic. Or they could be expectations that aren't well defined, or having too many options open, starting to define the future a bit more. It is true that there might be a bit of exhaustion, a little bit of tiredness. That's true. So what I feel is that they have a really promising outlook. They are at a moment of regaining the excitement in their relationship, of growing in their bond, and also of renewing their emotions. I feel that they have the potential to become stronger and to evolve. There is love, and there is hope too, to be able to build something much more solid. Okay. I feel that the relationship has, the ability to heal, to inspire, and also to look toward the future. And that's very important. They have the opportunity to consolidate. Okay. All right. Dear Aquarius, Aquarians who are in a relationship. All right, Aquarius, this is what we've seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you here next time.